We're going to look at caravan covers. We sort of touched on it the other week about putting covers on the caravans, things to do, things not to do. I'll try and find that video here. Hopefully that's popping up now if I found that video. So a few people have sort of said about covers. Some people saying, oh, I don't really like the covers. I'm going to show you, and if you've watched the channel before, you'll already know my personal preference of what to do with a cover and how to do that. But there's a van. On Friday, we never actually, I sort of held it for everybody that watches Sunday. Some people watch our channel and they don't watch it sort of on a Friday, but watch it on a Sunday. So I tried to save this van for today, and it is the 2024 Swift Elegance 760, 1871 kilos. It's got the ATC. We've got all of your lockers on the outside, so we've got a nice storage locker, we've got our gas, we've got our electric. So you've got sort of 12 volt TV aerials and everything on there. It's got the motor mover, and then we've got a bit of a storage locker that goes underneath the bed, and I believe it goes all the way through from side to side. So even having the island bed at the back, you've actually got a storage locker that can go all the way through. So it's just come in, so let's have a look what this is like and see what you think, and let me know in the comments what you think. I think this is a great sort of touring van. We're still 8 foot wide, so it's a good sized single axle, but still not being sort of too long, so it's still tourable around. So a very nice seating at the front, to the L shape. I do like that L shaped seating at the front. I think it just changes the whole feel of the van, so that works really well. Let's just see whether we can get some lighting on. I feel we can get some lights on in here. I've got to now actually find the switches myself. That is easier said than done. So again, lighting all in the bathroom. We've got a nice slimline fridge, TV sort of wall. They never actually put a TV on there, have they? So again, they come with no TV brackets anymore, so that is all still there to do as you wish. 34,995. Nice little extractor over the kitchen area. Nice roof light. You've got the flat plate microwave, so there's no turntable. It's got that newer one, and again, nice sort of shaped worktop and good storage. Really good storage. That locker goes on forever and a day. So loads of storage. Again, these lockers here, again, huge storage and a really good use of space. We've got the electric ring, our proper sort of chef's hob on there, and then in the middle we've got our shower room. So again, there is a light in there. I'll try and find the switch for it in a minute. And then a bit like the Bailey Lisbon, you've got the, try and find the washroom light first. That might be the one. So playing hide and seek. You've got the extractor fan in the bathroom as well. Your nice Aldi towel rail, and then a bit of lighting in that shower as well. So the shower light is controlled by the bathroom light. So, and again, a good sized sort of usable washroom. You can shut off the door from the front, and then you've even got the sliding door at the back. Got your sliding door then at the back that then closes all that washroom off. So if you've got people at the front, they can still use the washroom, and then if you're using it from the bedroom side, again, you can use it either side. So really nice curved lockers again. So a very nice van. As I say, it's just come in, so it's not been cleaned, it's not been touched, it's literally just come in. So Now, a couple of tips, so we'll just check on this one actually. Something that we need to make sure that we've done this time of year is drained our water system down. So even if you're using the Caravan, we want to be making sure that our taps, our water system is drained down and that we've got no water left in the system. So we should have drain valves underneath of our seats by our boiler. And they're all positioned here on this one, so just underneath there we've got all of our yellow taps, and again we've got a little diagram on this one that shows us where our yellow taps should be in relation to draining that system down, so they need to be in the correct position to get that all drained down, drain off the onboard water tank again, and then also your toilet, so your cassette toilet, that needs to be drained down as well. Something else that we're going to want to make sure that when we're not using the van, we've isolated all of the power, so our main control panel is turned off, and then sometimes you'll get it where your awning light might be on, so even if your control panel's on, you can still turn your awning light on, and there might be a few other little bits and pieces around the van like that, which obviously if you leave power on now, even though your main control panel is sort of off as such, there'll still be a little bit of a power draw to that. So we want to make sure everything is isolated as much, so we're not going to draw that battery down. Even if we've got solar panels on the roof, it's not going to be as effective on the Caravan as sort of through the summer. We're not going to get as much sunlight, we're getting shorter days now. So we need to make sure that power is all isolated, so we're not going to damage our battery and run it right down. Something that we'd looked at the other day was covers, so we'd sort of said about putting a cover on the Caravan, and then whether it was a good idea, whether it was a bad idea, and again I think everybody is going to be different of what they sort of want to do, how they want to use the van. So if you're going to go for a full cover, as I said the other week, open all of your windows. The one thing that I really like and I think works really, really well is actually a roof cover. So we've protected all of the roof and slightly down to the sides, and I've said this before, but it lets the whole van breathe. You can still come in and out, you can still sort of keep an eye, you can still see everything, and really it's the roof which is the main issue of why we're sort of trying to put a cover on and protect it all from the dirt and all the weather. So if we've got a roof cover on, that protects all of that roof. And then something else that I suppose even if you were going to put a roof cover on, put a full cover on, do a product called overwintering. And it's a bit like wet and forget. You can literally spray it onto the Caravan. You do need to wash it all down first, so you need to wash the Caravan down first. That one, by the way, is 2022 and it's 19,995. On Friday I said about us doing sale, so a few more vans now sort of you'll notice going into a sale, and a bit more sort of discounts available as such. But realistically now is a great time to wash the Caravan down and then use our overwintering product. I'll try and put a link up for the overwintering product, and you can basically just wash the Caravan, cover all the roof in that, so it gives it a protective layer. So if you don't put a cover on and you just leave the Caravan as it is, we can literally then next season come to it and we can just wash it off, and all of the rubbish, all the green, all the dirt and the leaves, everything like that, it's all going to come off of the Caravan an awful lot easier than sort of trying to wash it for a fresh. And that really is probably one of the big reasons why people put the covers on, is just trying to protect save having to wash the roof and keep on top of the Caravan from that side of things. So that sort of product there, you can cover the Caravan, and again it'll just make life a lot easier for next season. Again, if you put that on, put a roof cover on, because even once you've got a cover, a full cover, it's still going to get a little bit dirty on the Caravan. It's not going to stop absolutely everything. So having that sort of available to use, and it's only going to make life a lot easier. We've stolen the mattress out of this one. It's just had a clean actually, so mattress is just missing. But that's a really good time again now, is to start thinking about whether over the winter you're actually going to leave upholstery in the caravan, or whether you're going to remove the upholstery. Again, one thing, there's always been the debate of the moisture traps. A lot of people on the scientific side of it, I suppose, says that moisture traps is going to bring more moisture into the caravan, and that's a little bit like the upholstery. The upholstery and your furnishings and things like that is going to draw in moisture, and that's why sometimes you'll walk into the caravan over the winter and you go, oh, it all feels really damp. And that's just, again, it's drawing in the moisture. So if we remove cushions and things like that, ideal. If not, we can stand them up on the edge, so again it just lets the sort of air breathe around them, so, and then you won't find that happens as much. They'll still get a little bit damp, you'll still draw in the moisture, but by standing them up there's a bit more airflow around and they won't feel as bad. The other thing then is, I still sort of think if there's things within the caravan that are going to draw moisture in, I'd rather have moisture traps there to actually trap that moisture, and it's going to then attract it to there rather than other places in the caravan. So right or wrong, I still don't think they're a bad thing. I don't think it's going to hurt for what they cost. It's not terrible to put them in, I don't think so. But just things now to start thinking about, sort of what you're going to do over the winter. And again, that's, as I say, whether you're using a caravan. Obviously, if you're using your caravan through the season, you're probably not going to put the cover on. You're going to want to leave it as it is. So a good coat of polish on the caravan, so washing it down, giving it a good covering with polish, a good polish on there, giving it a good couple of layers. And then you could even sort of still cover up the roof with the overwintering product, or we used a snow foam that would sort of coated up the roofs of the caravan, and that made a big difference for when the caravan was sold and it was going out. It was an awful lot cleaner and easier to clean if there was any crud on the roof, because again, all these leaves now off the trees, if they're all going onto the roof of the caravan, it just then holds all the dirt and all the crud and everything, and that's where it gets really mucky. So it just makes life a little bit easier in that sense. So a product like that, or your overwintering, is going to really make a big difference to how you clean the caravan next season. And again, if you are using the caravan, if it does look a little bit dirty, things like that, the snow foam or the overwintering product, again, a quick flick off now and the caravan will look good as new again. And again, you're going to get a lot more mud and dirt on the pitches, so it's going to get flicked up onto the caravan from the road, coming out of sites, etc. So it's a really difficult time to keep the caravan clean. So any products like that are going to make life a lot easier for us, and that, as I say, is whether we're using the caravan or whether it's just away in storage. On Friday's video we'd looked at sort of sales, so our sort of end of season sale and sort of keeping things moving. Basically, it slows down this time of year, so if you didn't see Friday's video, hopefully that's popping up now, and then go and have a look at that. Next week we will have more tips and bits and information about using the caravan or putting it away for the winter. So don't forget, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and again, if there's anything that you'd like to add with the covers or the overwintering protection, let us know in the comments. It all helps everybody else, so it's a good time to put things like that in. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week. We'll have it slows down now with more stock coming through, but I think there's still a few bits and bobs that are going to be coming through over the next couple of weeks, so keep an eye. We'll see you next week, and hopefully then we'll have more tips and hints and tricks about using your caravan over the winter, and also for storage reasons. Thanks for watching. I'm Mark at the Caravan Place.